Hey everybody!
How are ya?
Welcome to Nerd Talk. Boy, we're short crew tonight.
We are, man. We are. When they talked about scraping the bottom of the barrel.
No. We got Bob.
Well, yeah, but Bob's the
Bob brings us to the top. I know.
If it wasn't for Bob, it would have just been the bottom of the barrel.
We had one guest that was supposed to show up, didn't show up. We don't know where he's at. I'm not sure if he's mad or
stuck in traffic.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So tonight, let me see. Michael is at Fetish Con this weekend.
With Eddie.
With Eddie. I know Eddie's packing.
Oh, Eddie's packing. Oh, that's right.
Eddie found a house.
Got his house.
Whoop. He's a happy man.
Eddie has con as well. He'll be there tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Him, Dina, and Michael should all be there tomorrow in theory.
That's a motley crew right there.
Freaky.
That is
freaky.
That is.
You know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? I'm going to be mowing the yard.
I'll be at Universal sweating my butt off.
You're actually going to go. You're going to go during the summer.
Super hot. You know what? We have gone since we got our passes. We've gone 4 times in the summer, and it is
brutal.
It's not as bad. A couple weeks ago, it was so bad that I literally just wanted to sit under a tree and just be like.
But there's no trees in Universal.
Well, there's a few little shaded areas, and
I don't know, Bob. You've been to Universal and found a tree?
One time, but I went at night, so
yeah.
Actually, the tree was useless.
Men in Black over by in that area. There's a few.
Men in Black area. Oh, that's right, next to the
World has a few nice shaded areas.
You mean the skimpy palm trees? I don't think those count, Jeff.
No. We did find some. We have, but anyways, I'll be there sweating my butt off tomorrow.
Okay, so I want to introduce Bob.
Yeah.
Bob Gardner from Messengers
of Hope Mission.
There you go. And we have Bob is the guy that I have been collecting money for the kids in the jar up there. So that goes to them. But he told me this the other day, and I'm like, oh, dude, we got to bring you on Nerd Talk because this is kind of your world. So Bob, I'll let Bob explain to what Bob's trying to do. And Dylan will go to your shot, and you can explain to what's going on.
All right, so I run an organization called Messengers of Hope Mission, and we bring out food for low-income families. We bring out bag lunches for the homeless. But a couple of years ago, we started, when we found this neighborhood of really low-income families, we said, you know, what we got to do is we got to get some gifts, you know, Christmas gifts for these families. They could not afford the food, let alone some gifts. So we started doing that, and last year we had teenagers in the same neighborhood, and we tried everything we could to try to get gifts for teenagers. The kind of gifts teenagers want is expensive. And it was kind of a last minute thing. We had an old Xbox 360. I said, you know, I'm going to clean the thing up. I'm going to, you know, wipe the memory on it. You know, we got a few games. We're going to get a box for that. We're going to wrap that up, and we're going to, you know, give that to a family, you know, with a teenager. And so we went on our social media and we asked for a few more. We ended up getting, I think, 3 Xboxes and 2 Wiis. And we cleaned them all up, backed them all up. And it was such a hit that this year we started doing that early. We've already gotten 1 Xbox and 2 Nintendo DSs donated and some games for them. So this year we're really pushing to get those again. Our goal is to get 25 to 50 consoles and or handheld units.
Nice.
So okay, so how far back are you willing to take?
We'll go back as far as it goes. You know, we'll go back to Pong if we have to.
Oh my! I have that. Thank you very much. I love my Pong.
Well, yeah, I'll look forward to seeing that next month when you donate it.
Yeah, you can have it because that's, yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. All our nerdites, okay, if you've got a system that you can let go, and I think you should let go. I know we've got 1 or 2 probably around here somewhere that, how many are we trying to raise?
25 to 50.
We need 50 consoles with games. You can't just give them a console. It's got to have something to pay. You know, yeah, everything's got to be there. Power,
cords,
yeah, please,
everything.
yeah. So we're looking for, and if you'll let us know, we'll come get them.
And make sure they work. I mean, I don't want, you know, they got to work. No red ring of death on your 360s and all that.
We'll even take small, like newer TVs, not the old tube type TVs. Like someone donated a 22-inch LED TV.
Nice.
So you know it's a used one, but it works,
hey,
and
nice.
you know one of the kids are going to get that.
That's excellent. So we need 50 consoles with controllers, games, and we need 50 TVs.
Probably as many as consoles because we have some handheld games too.
Oh, okay.
So, you know,
but still. If we're going to give a console, we need a. So I'm looking for all of our nerdites out there in the nerdosphere. We call it the nerdosphere, to start calling us, hit us up on social media and let us know, or email us, and we will absolutely make sure that we keep those. I'm starting to look now and make sure they're. Yeah. Holy, we got hey, Robert from Robert is watching from New Jersey.
That's my awesome buddy Rob.
Is that your friend?
Yep.
You have friends?
I know what? I didn't even. Rob's an author.
Really?
He is. He's written a few good. He's like a Tom Clancy type author. He's
really?
Got some really good books. He's got one out now.
Tell Rob to call me. I got some stories that I can tell him about what we've done, and
yeah,
I'm going to write some books on that.
Rob's from back in high school, an old buddy of mine, and I don't even have to pay him.
He actually says he likes you?
I never said he liked me. I just said we were friends.
Oh, now I see what's going on.
I slept for 2 weeks in Nova Scotia camping, so I mean,
okay.
You know, I guess he kind of likes me.
Well, that's a good thing. So, so it's kind of weird because we don't have. Normally, Michael is here on the show, and he's our social media guy. Because my wife has already told me that I can't do two things at one time. I can't pay attention to this.
I'm trying to pay attention
to talk. So tonight, and it really bothers me. Not bothers me, but I feel bad because tonight I had another guy coming that just came back from the Star Trek convention in Vegas. So tonight we're going to talk a little Star Trek.
A little?
Well, yeah, because Dylan's got this really cool. Dylan, what's the game that you're talking about tonight, buddy?
Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World.
Cool. All right.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
So you know, Dylan, do you want to go to that first and talk about it?
We can if you want.
Yeah, let's talk about that first. Let's show that, because from what I heard, this is pretty cool.
Is this a computer game or is it console?
This released for console a few months ago.
Okay.
And just came out for PC yesterday.
Nice.
So there's a little bit of a difference in the idea of some of the PCs have been updated obviously for PC. So it's running at 1920 by 1280, as well as 60 frames per second, whereas most consoles are capped at 30. All consoles are capped at 30. So little minute differences that the PCs can run it at a more consistent frame rate and a higher frame rate. So it looks a bit better now too.
All right, so are we going to roll that footage and see what that game's like?
No, actually. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video brought to you by your boy, Cytokins from Nerd Talk. Now, today we'll be doing a viewer-requested video. This is Monster Hunter World. If you couldn't tell from the title, then, you know, I don't know what more you want from me. Monster Hunter World is a very interesting style of play, I'll be honest, because this is my first Monster Hunter game, but as I was requested, I decided, alright, let's give it a shot then. It's fun. I really don't even know what to say. Like, it's innovative, it's fun, it's got, the tracking mechanics are a lot of fun, they're interesting, took a minute to learn and understand, but ultimately it's a blast. So, quick rundown of the synopsis of the story. You are following an Elder Dragon. The Elder Dragon is running around, messing stuff up as usual. You know, you gotta stop him, track him, try and capture him, do what you're gonna do and farm him. Your job, secure the site. We have now moved over to what they call the New World, and we are now deciding what is the best way to approach the Elder Dragon. So, from this, we're doing minor quests, taking out smaller monsters, gearing up and getting ready. You can see the multiple versions of attacks that I'm doing here. I'm using something called the Twin Blade class, which I can't help but think I haven't seen this moveset somewhere before. Yeah, no, never. No idea where that's from. Weird. Anyway, it does seem to follow the very typical anime style of games of hack and slash, run around, and just slice things up. It's what I expect from Capcom. Now, I know there's a few different ways to play this, but I went with the Edgy Weeaboo class because it makes me basically a ninja. It has demon in the name. Like, what more does an edgy kid like me want? Slice them up and then get your materials from them. The materials let you craft late game armor and better weapons, just to make things a little bit easier when you're working towards the end game boss. So here you can see I'm taking apart something called the Pukey, which is a large bird, reptile, dinosaur thing that spits venom and poison, and it's a blast, really. It was a lot of fun to fight. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are quests you can take care of. For example, that Pukey there that I fought was a quest. So, we complete the quest, get the mats, get the rewards, and we are off. It's the typical role of the hunter. Now, the little creature you see jumping around me is a assistant. The assistant's name is... It's on screen now because I forgot what the name of it was, nor can I pronounce it right off the top of my hat, but I like to call him Cat, because it's just a small humanoid cat. Hold on, where have I seen this before? Because you know it's human. Regardless of that fact, though, this is the small city that you're in. I say it's small, but it's pretty damn big. It's a bunch of boats put together. There's other players that walk around here. It's really kind of interesting. There's NPCs that give quests. You can stock up for your next fight. It truly is a fun little social area they gave you in order to do this. Now, the only thing I will bitch about is the face modeling. What in the fuck is that about? I'll go into that in a different video, though, because I have specific bitches about that one. But all in all, I think I've really enjoyed the game and what it has to offer. It's got a variety of different classes that range from practical to... Where the hell did you think of this? For example, your basic Lancer, he's got a large pole, he stabs stuff, he's got a, it's what you expect from a Lancer, or maybe a basic swordsman. Then you have Gun Lancer, which is just the same thing, except inside the lance is a giant gun, like a cannon. So it definitely ranges. Now, the cool thing that I really enjoy about the game is the variety. So... When I say variety, I don't always mean a variety of weapons. I also like the variety of enemies. For example, this enemy, I didn't even realize that my weapon of choice, the Twin Blades, are actually almost ineffective to this son of a bitch. So, meanwhile, as I'm sitting here hitting for 2s and 3s, I realize other people are hitting for significantly higher because I'm not there to penetrate armor, which this thing, as you can probably guess, looking as it's covered in rock, is rather tanky. So, after whittling it down for a long while, I finally took it out. And realized that I had done not only a lot of damage to my blades and my companions and everything, it was just a mess. So, I also needed to mention that there's co-op, which I think is really cool. You can join along with your friends, hence the world part of it, which is really interesting. So, here we are doing the Pukey together. This is me and Calcor playing, as you can see his little name there. Bing! I'm probably too lazy to edit and narrow into that, to be completely honest. Oh, I can't help but think I know where this is from. Have I seen this before? Maybe in a popular anime? No. Naruto wouldn't do something like this. No. Okay, so the fights are very high speed, but it has the same feel as Dark Souls, to be completely honest, with the idea of dodge their attacks and punish their dodges with your attacks. A lot of the times, though, I go a little bit too overboard in the attacks and end up getting myself swatted away like a fly. Mainly because of the fact that I think of, well, if I just keep swinging, maybe I'll stun him. That works with the smaller creatures. The larger creatures, they tend not to give a shit. And they tend to just smack me away anyway, as I'm sure you'll see. Oh, yeah, right. I got batted. It's alright, though. It went down in the end. See, my process isn't too bad. It did its job, didn't it? Yeah, something like that, huh? So as I had mentioned, there are a handful of different ways to do things. For example, this is what all the mats went for. So all that grinding you saw me earlier, I can now go in, I can upgrade equipment, I can repair equipment, I can make new equipment. You can see I'm looking through some of the gear sets here. These are incredibly important. This is how you get a lot of your late game gear, because they don't give you gear as you progress. They give you starter gear, and they kind of just let you go with that. As you can see, I'm still actually wearing the starter gear as of right now. I didn't really feel the need to make any other gear, because as of right now, the way that I'm playing is, well, just don't get hit, asshole. It doesn't work too well, and I end up dying, or not really dying, but getting rather low, and definitely cutting things a little close as I'm trying to solo content. So here we are with the co-op again. You see Calcor's a hammer class. I think it's freaking awesome. You see us rushing down these bosses, and as you can see, I'm hitting 2s, 3s, and 4s, because, man, my weapons... Not only are my weapons low on durability, which means I need to pull out my whetstone and start repairing them, but this boss also doesn't take much damage from me because he's repaired his armor, which I found out he can do in the mud. Thanks, Calcor, for the late update. Oh, the little cats. I told you, man. The little cat men. The little Khajiits? No. They're helpful. They heal you in battle. They find you items. They're really, really solid. As I said, I don't know if they're part of the main Monster Hunter series, but if they are, that's super, super cool. All in all, I would say Monster Hunter World has given me a lot of fun. I've only played it about 6 hours now, but to be completely honest with you, I feel like I'm going to be playing it a lot more, not only just this weekend, but I'll be playing it a lot more in future videos on my channel. So if you want to find my channel, I will put links at the very end of this. I would very much like people to go look at these, because I do plan on making plenty of jokes and funny moments throughout this game, because there's going to be plenty of them from how me and Calker play it. Oh, and of course there's going to be anime memes, because look at me, you can't spin around like that and then not tell me where you don't know it's from. Everyone knows where it's from. Everybody knows where it's from. Bleach, obviously. I think that was pretty straightforward. Regardless of that fact, I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for reviewing the game. I want to thank you for the fan that a while back actually asked if I would review this game. Of course I gave it my all. I gave it a fair trial, a fair fun run. And I've got to say, it was a blast. I thank you for the recommendation, and I hope that my playthrough and my speech has helped you out a little bit in deciding whether or not you want to buy it. So that'll be it for me. All the links are above, but for now, I'm going to take it back to the studio.
So the graphics are phenomenal.
They are.
Yeah, the game is visually
My only part
gorgeous.
that I wouldn't play it is because it's
Open world. You don't like
open
open
world.
world.
I don't like RPGs.
Well,
I don't
this one-
like that type of stuff.
So what'd they ever
thing
do to
is-
you?
The thing, well, hold on, Jeff.
just don't like 'em.
The only reason why I say that this one differs a little bit from an RPG is your quests are incredibly straightforward.
Yeah, but you got to go in, and there's all those boxes. You got to go in and
No. It's not.
forge your thing and build
no.
a thing and
No. It's not.
coins and all that. I hate that stuff.
No. Okay, so I'll help you out.
It's like
in a little
Final
bit.
Fantasy.
No,
You know,
not at all.
we can
Actually,
give
Well,
him
that's
Pong.
what it looked like on there. All those
Pong is what
no.
you tell me. You
With all-
need Pong. That's all you can handle.
the play style
No,
is
no.
similar.
Shut up.
The combat is similar to the newest Final Fantasy. Yeah, but in idea of there's not really a whole lot of upgrading your skills, because there's no skills. You pick your set of weapons, and that's your set of weapons.
See, I'm like first per. I like Call of Duty. Give me Halo.
This one's fun because
I like that.
because you get you have to once you find the creature, you have to track the creature, follow it down, learn habits about it. Then you have multiple different ways you can go about it. Whether you're
sounds
setting up
fun.
traps, I'd say it's really fun.
You lost me back at
I
forming habits and all
Keep
that.
talking.
It was kind of funny. I turned the corner, and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna find." I was trying to find the Pukey for the first time, and they're like,
Pukey.
all right, they're like, we have a small set of footprints here. Like, you can start from here. I'm like, cool. I go and find the first set of footprints. I go down. I find like a scratch it made on the wall. I'm like, oh, this is really cool, and it's auto generating this as it goes. Then I turned the corner, and it turned around and walked into me. I was like, oh, well, there's no need to track it anymore. It's here. And it straight just attacked me, and I'm like, all right, well, I found it.
Okay, so what was the thing called? What you said it wasn't a dragon?
The Pukey.
Puky.
Yes, I made that in the video. Yeah.
Why is it called that?
Is that what it's actually called, or is
Yeah.
that just your name for it?
No, it's Pukei. Pukey.
Okay. So
and the
It's
reason?
a very simple name, and it's just because it vomits venom on you.
Nice.
That's
just,
gross.
It just spits up big balls. Well, I hate to tell you that, but creatures in the real world do that too. So
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
sounds like-
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying it's still gross.
I'm saying
it's gross
very
when they do in the
funny.
real world.
Just-
Yeah, it's even grosser then.
and I really don't want to come across one.
Hey,
So-
Chris Barron's watching.
Just not that big. It doesn't have a wing.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
What's up? So, but anyway, how much does it cost to get the game?
As of right now, it just came out, so it's $60. It is a full price
$60.
AAA game, and honestly, I have
What does Fortnite cost?
free. But Fortnite doesn't have a story mode, so
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
It's free.
It's free.
What's the old
see.
saying? If you're old, if it's free, it's for me. Not really, because you get what you pay for.
that's how you get diseases.
My kids love
That's
that
how
game.
you get.
That's why you're
disease.
stuck with Pong.
Yeah, exactly.
I would pay for Pong.
You're a moron.
Pong is awesome, dude.
He's a moron. Dylan,
that's a bad investment. It's a really
still
bad
going,
investment.
We're going to go back to this.
I'm gonna pay for
But why is it so bad?
It's like paying for porn. It's unnecessary. The internet has it for free.
Okay.
There you go.
See, just throw
we
the
had,
world
we, had
in.
a, we had a whole conversation with that earlier. Why don't you pay for porn?
I'm
And
pretty
it's like,
sure
I know,
you can
and
go on your phone and pull up Pong for free.
There's Pong apps on your phone.
You tell me there's a Pong emulator on my app, on my phone?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm almost 100% positive. Hold on, ready for this? I'm going to go to Google
He's already going there.
Pong free. Oh, look, there's an online version where we can play with people online.
And there's probably like 30
Pong-
different ones you can do.
Ponggame.org. Yeah, you can play one player mouse.
Unbelievable.
There's an expert mode. Good luck. Oh, I already lost. I didn't lose. All right, there we go. I'm playing Pong. I wish I could show you the screen. I should have
You
grabbed the
can.
screen.
Do a desktop interface.
I'm in the middle of the game. And I put it on expert. I can't lose.
This is serious.
This
All right,
is
there we go.
look,
Boom.
at,
One
look, at,
point.
look at the concentration on his
Boom,
face.
2 points. All right, well, now I scored it myself, so good job, Dylan.
Unbelievable.
So you're beating yourself. That's just not good.
Well,
All the excitement of the 1970s right here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
I'm enthralled.
So we could get a big two.
Guys, I'm gonna go refund Monster Hunter
Pong,
World. I'll never
Pong,
play this. I'll never
Pong.
play it again.
We just
This
all
is-
need to turn our heads back and forth while
Yeah.
it's playing.
It's
Oh, no, I got you guys.
Whoo, whoo. Remember that commercial? Have you seen that commercial? Whoo, whoo. It was a playing tennis.
yeah, no.
Eyeglass
Oh
World.
man, it almost got me.
Wow. Okay, so anyways,
Anyway.
moving along.
This is what Boss Like said he'd pay for, by the way.
Hey, look, I found this new game. It's called, okay, don't make fun of the name. It's called Bricks and Balls. And you have to go and you have to break up the things. I'm at a level 172, and it's taken me 3 weeks to get there because okay, I love Tetris, right? So that's my brain set. So I'm a pattern person. So I'm always trying to find, because the whole thing is, it's like you only get 50 little balls and you got to shoot them, right, to try to break stuff. And you can get up there, and if you get in the right place, they get stuck. They're like, and they're killing everything. I love it.
Okay. So
I'm really glad that we discussed that.
Yeah.
That was a really good
That's great.
use of
Okay,
nerd
so-
time.
What are you saying?
our main discussion tonight
Yes.
is
Hoorah.
Is it's
Star Trek.
It's a pretty mad topic. Well, you can't
well.
say
Actually,
it like
I'm
that.
a little excited. I got to tell you.
I'm not.
I am, and I'll tell you why. I don't like Star Trek. I am a
Yeah, same.
Star Wars fan. I don't like anything to do with Star Trek. However, there is one Star Trek series that I did like and enjoy, and that was Next Generation.
Why?
Well, they seem to be a little more modern. And by modern I mean
That's
like
a weird way to put the future.
Yeah, it's just Picard was cool.
I'm lost.
Troy was cool.
I do have to say I don't get that argument.
Data was
think it's
cool.
I think it's because the haircut you like.
I don't know. I didn't like Frakes. I don't like Jonathan Frakes.
Hey, I like him a lot.
I just liked the show. I liked it. And I liked, well, Deanna Troi was in it, obviously, so that was cool.
Well, if you're going to go that far, I mean, the best one really should have been Voyager.
Right, and that
Because
one,
7 of 9 was smoking hot.
Voyager was the
seven and
female
nine.
captain. That was the other one that I did enjoy. Yes, I did like both of those shows.
7 and 9 is like the one who had like the robot crusty around her eye, right?
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it's like
But
she
you
was-
never, you know what?
Was she
You never
part
made
Borg?
it that hard up. It just never did.
You call
Sorry.
it,
Was
like
she-
we call them
was
eye
she
boogers.
in-
So
she-
Yeah, okay,
was
actually,
kind of part
show
Borg.
her original Borg self. I did my thing. I got images.
See,
did.
I like that whole. Yes, there she is.
That's
That
original.
was really good looking.
Well,
that
yeah.
was her in her original.
I mean, hey Jeff, we don't like to judge here. You know, there's someone out there for her like that. I'm sure.
That's right, man. Don't
Well,
be that way.
I'm sure Worf would maybe pick that up.
There you go.
Well, so then you show the hotness of her, right?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. I'm really glad that you decided not to like throw an order because you were gonna like try and order these earlier. I'm like, it's not gonna happen.
Well, that's why they have
There
you.
she
is.
There she is.
Yeah, it's like
But see,
the weird
now even
eye
still,
herpes
I
thing.
don't think.
See, now look,
I don't think she's as good looking as Troy.
I got more of a modest. There's others out there that'll make you go, oh my God, I want buttermilk.
Yeah, I know. But again, it's not Deanna Troi. But anyway,
What's your point?
my point is, oh yeah, what about Q?
And what about Q?
I don't know. Rob says, what about Q?
Yeah,
Well,
what about
Q
Q?
was okay. First of all,
You know, he worked with James Bond, of course.
right?
What about Worf? What about Darth Vader?
But I do like the
you go.
fact that they have announced that Picard is coming out with, sounds like it's his own series
How can they
based
do a
around
series?
him. Well, I'm just saying what they've
Patrick
announced.
Stewart has announced it, that there is
they
a
came
series coming out
It is
called Picard.
basically, it's about him and his continuation as Jean-Luc Picard.
Although they have no idea what they're going to do. There's no
Exactly.
plot line. There's
Nope.
no
So
script.
So are they
Nope.
okay? So is it an actual? Is it going to be a show? Or is it going to be? Is it going to be Patrick
No.
talking about Jean-Luc
No,
Picard?
it is an actual Star Trek series, new Star Trek series based on Picard.
I think it's going to be called the Real Captains of Star Trek.
Yeah. That would be funny. Instead of the Real Housewives, we're
Yeah.
going to have the Real
Yeah.
Captains. Yeah.
Okay,
But
I could actually.
But
okay.
they just literally announced it, and I kind of like it. I'm a little excited. I did like him. So I'm not a Kirk fan. I don't like Spock. And
I met
Kirk and all
Patrick
that.
Stewart.
Yeah, you got a
Yes.
story for us.
I do. I've actually met quite a few of the Star Trek actors, and so
Conventions?
Yes, at conventions.
Okay.
The best two are Patrick Stewart and DeForest Kelley. You know, Picard and Bones, Dr. McCoy. So since we're talking about Picard, I'll talk about my Patrick Stewart story. So I'm 16 years old, and I went to a Star Trek convention in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I lived in New York, and my friends and I went. We get there, and you know they have these lines that you get into to get the autograph signed.
Right.
And so, you know, we get there, we're about, 200-300 back in line. So we're sitting in line for like an hour waiting. Finally, we can see him, and there's a table set up like this, and there's three guys. Patrick Stewart is in the center. He's got an 8 on that side and an 8 on this side. You get up, you hand the aid, whatever it is that you're getting signed. They hand it to Patrick Stewart. He signs it, hands it to the next guy, and it's all done, like that, So I had this action figure of Picard. I believe Galoob made them. And it was when they just came out, right after the first season.
In the red?
Yeah,
The red outfit.
the pajama outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hand it to the aide, just like everybody else. I hand it to the aide. He hands it to Patrick Stewart. He starts to sign, and he stops. He looks up at me, and he goes, "How old are you?" I said, 16. He goes, "Hold on." The guy on this side of me goes, "Get up, get up." He goes, "Come over here, sit down." So I sat down with Patrick Stewart for about a half hour. My friends had to keep going, but he started telling me these stories about the action figure. His son was in college at the time, and he said, my son, his roommates and he have this action figure up on the board, and they write captain's logs every day. And he starts telling me some of the stories, and he keeps getting through them. About halfway, he goes, "Wait, you're only 16? I can't tell you that one." I can sit with him for a half hour. It's the coolest thing.
That's cool. That is very cool.
So he was very personable.
He was. I've met a few of the others that I wouldn't say as personable, but he took the time to for a 16-year-old kid. That was a big deal.
That was a very big deal. So here's the thing. So here's what I did. I got pictures from old and new. So Dill, let's talk about some of the women. Actually, play that video real quick, and we'll talk over it. Because here's the thing. MeTV did this little compilation of all the Kirk kisses and stuff. So go ahead and roll that, Dylan.
We're meant to be talking over this, by the way.
Andrea, Dr. Helen,
Andrea, thank you.
Lenore. I remember that one. Lieutenant Shaw. HR would have a hard time with that one right now. Actually, HR would have a lot of problem with all of these.
What's up with a lot of these would be a problem.
HR?
The first three were very aggressive.
Oh, way.
Shauna. Remember her?
Yeah.
No.
Side boob, silver. Yep.
Aryans.
Yep.
I've not seen
Nona
any of these. No.
and Marshall. See, another HR problem. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. Drusilla. Yeah. He went native on us with that one.
Uhura.
See, he looked. Now, but there's another, okay, that's an interracial one right there.
Yep.
So they broke the line on a lot of these, right? And when we get to the very last one down here, there we go. We can get out of this. So now, something else that they broke the thing for is show the two girls. So you actually had a girl on girl kiss.
You'll have to wait just one moment. Takes a minute
In
to get
the
that.
original?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Wait a
did.
minute.
It was
The original.
What?
image number
I got the picture.
71. It's right here.
What?
They kissed. Well, you got to remember, man, that was back in the year of love.
Okay, but it's still, I mean.
It was still a controversial topic at the time.
Exactly. I mean,
Yep. Yep.
it was. Wow.
So here's some. Now let's start showing. Now it's kind of funny. Dylan was going through all the, Sidokins was going through all these pictures, and he threw a couple up. He goes, and this picture and this. I'm like, well, first of all, that's the new Star Trek, not the old Star Trek. So let's show some of the the women of Star Trek, of the pretty ones, right? So you get the one in the silver. Let's show that one.
I'm just going to.
Yeah, just throw them up.
I'll say I'm just throwing them out of order because there's no order to this.
That's fine.
First up, you've got.
Girl doesn't look like a girl. Mama Tech said.
This one, because it's the first one on the list.
I mean, back then. I mean, think about it. They were pushing the rules.
That's pretty racy right there. I mean, that is. There's not much to work with on that outfit for back then.
Exactly. So Dylan will just keep rolling through them.
I will, like this one too.
I mean, look, that's side boob.
Yeah, that's
a big deal back then, man.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Waiting for Dylan to give us more.
There's a lot of clicking has to go around before I get to that. So
yeah, I should have put these in order, huh?
Any kind of order, really.
Well, I ask you.
Yeah, but then you
go back to that one. Go back to that one.
Jumped away from it though, so
go back to that one. So that one right there, that was probably one of the one that actually I read this picture, or this one was really got him. They kind of got him in a little bit of hot water because they showed more than they really were supposed to.
Really?
Yep.
Well, my understanding in the 60s was you could show midriff as long as you didn't show the belly button. So
that is
which
correct.
Is so funny.
Yeah.
But you can show side boob. It's okay.
The belly button was evil.
So what else you got there, Dill?
Didn't Barbara Eden kind of break that?
Yeah,
whole thing?
I think they did.
Yeah, with the whole I Dream of Jeannie.
I think every episode they were fined for that as well.
So they were we'll pay the fine. We're good.
That's
I think that's what it came down to. Yeah.
Oh, we have the Feather Girls.
Oh, the Feather Girls with Dr. McCoy.
The Feather
man.
Girls. Image number 72.
Yeah.
The Feather Girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the fantasy planet where.
Yes, but they have belly buttons.
Something. Yeah. No, they don't actually. The belly buttons are covered by a little belly button dot.
Oh, they are. Got a little fur down there.
Yeah,
they get around it.
They have a yellow dot and a
that is
a pink
hilarious.
dot to cover. Nope.
I guess they got around
right away.
it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Now, Dill, show the long picture with the aliens around the.
With the aliens around her.
There's one in there that it shows the original Star Trek, but it's got all the different types of aliens, and it wasn't from the movie; it was actually from the TV show. Yep,
that's kind of cool.
I think it's this one. I'm not sure. It just says Best Alien 6, so there's no naming. So I'm going to assume. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Best Aliens 6.
Nope, this is newer.
Right?
These are all new Star Trek.
Yeah, it's
the oldest. One's got Spock looking at some guys. Anyway,
naming is
so
important.
some of their I asked you, and you like to
name. You should have just named them when you saved them.
Well, I did, but
You did not. Best Alien 6 is not a name.
okay.
Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3. Those are all names.
Yeah, I know. But
Out of order
I'm
names.
trying to share with people. I can't. It's hard for me to do all this. This is what we have Michael for. But show me some more of the alien stuff, though. The older ones.
I don't.
See, I should be in there switching, and Dylan should be out here. And
Or you should just have your lists properly done, given to me in some kind of script.
God have mercy.
For
This
those.
is turning into a nightmare.
Well, I don't know what image you want, so can't expect me to know. So you continue on the topic. You keep talking. There's no reason to
I
just go
need
right to
pictures
side.
because the pictures are important.
The
Really?
pictures are
Are you-
kind of the topic.
Are you telling me that Star Trek is so boring that you couldn't have
No.
anybody else?
So anyway, so
Can't
I
talk
even
about
I
anything
even got
more?
show. So here we go. We got all the pictures of the captains. I know we can find that one for God's sakes.
Yes, I have to see what number it is. Which ones do you want?
I want the one with all of them.
all the captains specifically.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm looking for.
That's still us up there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it takes a second because I have a list of numbers here. Not-
I know.
So now, is this the captains of TV only, or
Yeah.
is this including the
Captain
movies?
TVs only.
Okay.
The movies. It was well, first of all, in the movies, it was only Captain Kirk. It was a different Kirk. You know, there was
Here
Pine.
we go.
You
We
know,
have the captains.
Pine did the new one, right?
There we go.
Yes.
So but here's the thing. I don't think Deep Space Nine should be in there because that was not a ship.
No,
that was
it
a
was a
port
station.
of call.
No, it was a space station.
And,
Right.
and they actually did something in Deep Space Nine that was controversial on two ways. You know, first they made the first black captain, but the
Yeah.
first few seasons he was a commander because bases only have a commander; they don't have a captain.
That's correct.
But there was such a backlash for that. You know, that we have a black character that's a lead and he's not a captain. That I think they made the right decision and gave him the rank of captain. Of course, they explained it in the episode, but you know, I think they did the right thing there. That they
Yeah, they did. But still, I don't think he deserves to be on there as a captain. That's just my personal opinion.
So now, is the one that's on currently? Because there is that show
That
still on?
is
Trek
that's
Discovery.
Discovery. Actually, when Dylan
Are
finds
they
that you can.
still on? Or
Oh
is
yeah,
that-
they've already been through season
Not
one.
Discovery.
Okay.
season 2 will be coming out soon.
Yes.
And if the app would work, I could finish watching season 1. I've gotten halfway through and I can't watch anymore.
Yeah, it's really. I tell you, as much of a fan of the original Star Trek that I am, I mean, I like Picard, and I like Deep Space Nine, and I like Voyager, and I even like the original, the one with Scott Bakula,
Enterprise.
the Enterprise. I liked it, but this one I love, and I think what it did it's been rebooted back before Kirk, right?
This even ignores the new movies.
Yeah.
It's a reimagining.
Yep.
It's not a different
So
timeline.
all the time is before Kirk. Everything is
Yeah,
pre-
and the ships are so much more advanced.
yes.
which is kind of bizarre.
Well, because it's a reboot. It's not just
yeah,
just
but
a
wasn't
reimagining.
Enterprise supposed to be the biggest, newest, greatest ship in the fleet when that first came out?
Yeah, but it was the 1960s. They're basically
Right, but what I'm saying is, if
It's-
this is pre-Kirk, how can their ships
No, I'm sorry,
be...
it's not pre-Kirk. It's right. It's where we leave off of where Kirk. No, it is
No,
pre-Kirk.
it's pre-Kirk.
How are their ships
because Spock is
greater
Spock is in
than-
Starfleet, but he's not on the Enterprise yet.
Yeah, matter of fact,
so
because in the first season, I don't know which were you at?
I got halfway through the first
Okay,
season.
so if you're halfway through, you're probably where she's already confronted Spock's dad of why
Yeah.
he chose
Yes.
Spock over her.
Yes,
Okay.
I've seen
So,
that part.
yeah.
I haven't seen past that. The thing that I find interesting about the show is they've reimagined the Klingons yet again. Now,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the Star Trek movies and Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, they had the Klingons down perfectly. As far as I'm concerned, those are the pinnacle of Klingons. And I'm sorry, I'm going to bust here on Star Trek Into Darkness. Neville Page, he's the designer of the new Klingons. He's the makeup artist. I hated him. I absolutely hated the Klingons in that, and it actually gave me a distaste.
Is he the guy from Face Off?
He is from Face Off. Yes.
Yeah, he's the judge, right?
He's one of the judges.
Yeah.
The third judges, and and I'm sorry. I like the show Face Off. I watch it.
Yeah,
but
I love that show.
I can't stand him because once I learned he ruined the Klingons.
He ruined the
He ruined the Klingons, and Discovery, even though the Klingons look completely different, I went, you know what? They look better than Neville Page's.
Yeah, the new Klingons in Discovery are badass.
Yeah, they are.
I
Do
mean,
you have-
they're
do you have a,
badass.
Do you have a picture of what they look like in that show compared to the normals?
I don't. no, I didn't go that far. I didn't want to get that deep because I'm not sure. I didn't know. I didn't want to throw even more at Dylan than.
How did you not want to get that deep?
That he can't. I don't want to make something that Dylan can't handle. You know,
Dylan,
he's already
can you
having a
find
problem.
one?
You've
pulling
given
up.
me 40 plus images as it is. What do you mean you don't want to go that deep? You just forgot.
I really didn't want to talk about them because.
Well, I mean, the only reason because I know I know the Klingons. They're kind of they're cool and everything, but I know what they look like. But if this one is kind of if this ruins them, I'm kind of curious to see how much more they can ruin them.
No, I don't think Discovery. I think Discovery made them different, but I think it took a step back from that ruining.
It was different for the better.
It was different.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
agree. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Now, my problem with the new Star Trek films, you know, the J.J. Abrams films, they changed the Klingon. That's the biggest problem I have with all. They didn't change the way humans look. Orions, Romulans, the only ones they changed the look of was the Klingons. And I'm like, why did you ruin something that looks so good?
Right.
And I'm like, you really took a step back here.
So Dylan, find the girl sitting in the chair from the last. She's got the white with the black markings. Sexiest alien ever, in my personal opinion. And I'm not talking about Star Trek Nemesis either, where she's nothing but a shoulders and.
No, that's First Contact.
First
that's
Contact, yeah.
Borg Cream.
Yeah, Born. But if Dylan will find the one that I'm talking about.
What are you asking for?
She's sitting in the chair. She's got the white skin. She's in the latest Star Trek.
The Discovery Captain? This one.
No.
Wait a minute.
Alien. I'm not looking for human.
You didn't say. Oh, Alien.
That's Star Trek Discovery.
No.
That's
What's her
Discovery.
name?
Yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly what he's talking
Lucy
about.
Liu?
No, that's
No,
not
no.
Lucy Liu. She.
This is Best Alien #1.
Oh.
Her. And she's from the newer movies.
Yeah, she's from Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah.
The third one. She wasn't. From what I understand, she wasn't a captain. She was just
No,
an alien.
no. This is just Alien. So
Yeah.
what I
She
did is
lived in a ship. Like
Yeah.
she lived in a
but she lived one of the original starships
Yes.
that crashed on this planet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which there's a whole plot hole in that they.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but the main villain was the captain of that ship that crashed and
Right.
turned into an alien to stay alive. But
Adapted to the planet.
But yet he could never find the ship that he crashed where she was living.
Right. Hello. What happened there?
When I became an alien,
just
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
It was convenient to the plot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Show the First Contact. Now, this is probably one of the creepiest women on the new Star Trek.
Just use of the creepiest.
Oh, is this First Contact?
The First Contact girl?
I guess I
dude.
think I already know. Because
Yeah,
that's the
hold
one
on.
I
Hold
like
on,
that
give me
movie.
a second to get that one. Because I was like, as soon as we said, yeah, it's the creepiest one.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah.
Are you in the master layout or
No,
are you
I'm
in
not,
the
but
images?
because I keep tabbing back and forth, it doesn't help.
I'm testing him tonight.
Testing him, stressing him,
Good for him.
making him
Good
quit.
for him.
Oh.
Yeah, Delin said, yeah.
Yeah, look at
Delin,
this interesting piece.
yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
the CG, that's pure CG. No, it was CG.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Yeah.
I think there's prosthetics on there.
So do I.
Well, yeah, but that's all there is of her right there. From there down.
Well, yeah,
From
but I
there
mean-
down, she's nothing but a spinal cord
Right.
that fits into a suit.
Yeah.
Now, once they get her in a suit, then it becomes prosthetics.
Yes.
But that piece right there.
Yeah, that is when she came on that.
Oh, that was. You're like,
I was
what
like,
the?
what is
What?
this? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm running already.
Yeah.
Make weird clicking noises.
Borg.
are
Okay.
gonna-
Total-
Yeah, you can stay.
total freaky.
I'm running from that.
Yep. Yeah. So, but it's the series. I personally, I liked the reboot of the movies.
Yeah,
I mean
they're fun.
that got
They're
me.
fun.
That got me. I mean, by the time we saw Kirk and Picard switch over and that whole, I'm like, I'm over all this. This is just okay. Now we're back. Now all of a sudden we're in this ether sphere where, Kirk's been living and Kirk never died really. Even though we thought Kirk truly died, but he didn't. And now Picard's in there going, well, if we all get out and we can blah blah. It's like.
So it's at that point you agreed that Star Wars is better.
Well, then at that point in time, no. Then they were reaching.
They're just
So,
different.
yeah.
One's not better than the other. They're just different.
That's
no,
completely
no, it
incorrect.
is.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Star Trek
One
is better.
no,
Star Wars
is
is
better than the
definitely
other.
a billion times always
I
better.
got room in my heart for both of them.
I love them
I'm
both.
with you do. My
I
heart
love
does
them
not.
both, but I
No.
see. I grew up with Kirk.
Well, and that's fine. You can be
You
wrong.
grew up
and
with
that's
ass whoopings
fine.
too, but not love them.
Nice. That's amazing. That is so true.
Where's Michael at? We need someone else to abuse.
Abuse. I'm aiming everything at Star Trek at the moment.
But
The fact that we're sitting here talking about Star Trek is enough abuse.
Phasers are not set to stun.
No,
okay, without Star Trek, you wouldn't have had Star Wars.
not true.
Absolutely true.
No, I don't
Absolutely
believe
true.
it.
It was Flash Gordon.
What?
It was Flash Gordon.
What was Flash?
Yeah,
George Lucas wanted to make a Flash Gordon movie, and the studio said no. They were not going to let
Because we already had the coolest Flash Gordon movie that was done.
Well, he wanted to remake it, and
Yeah.
the studio said no. It was too big of a property.
Well, he had just come off of that THX too, which
No, this was after American Graffiti, so
That's
his
right.
first success.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is right. It comes out a few years after American
THX
Graffiti.
came
THX
out.
was his college film.
Right. That was okay.
THX
you're right,
1138.
you're right. Yep.
And,
And then American Graffiti was his big one.
yeah, that's the big one. That's Ron Howard.
That's the one that got what's his face?
Yeah, what is it?
Harrison Ford. And
Yeah,
I believe
Harrison,
Carrie Fisher was in it too.
Harrison Ford was in American Graffiti.
Right, but Carrie was
And
also in a brief.
George
stint
Lucas
of it.
wanted Harrison Ford to play Han Solo, and he said no. He said no at first because he said I'm not gonna put my family through this again. He goes, I got the job for American Graffiti, and then I had no work after that. And he went back to carpentry work, and so he went on and he tried some other people. Most famously, Christopher Walken tried out for the role of Han Solo.
God, I'm so glad.
That would have been such a
completely
weird
different character.
Han Solo.
That would have been so weird.
George
He'd have
Lucas-
been sitting there analyzing everything.
George Lucas actually fought to get Harrison Ford, and told the studio that he wanted him, and they wound up paying him double, so he came back and did
so
it.
cool.
And that's the reason that we have Harrison Ford as an actor today.
That's so wild. Yeah, because I
So,
know
but still, Star Trek,
Yeah.
as much as you don't want to admit it, boosted everything.
No,
That's
I agree. You wouldn't have modern sci-fi without
no,
Star Trek.
you wouldn't, because I mean, you went
know
from
about that
Star
one.
Trek.
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Remember Moonbase Alpha? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so that kind of pushed it along.
Well, I know after Star Trek, then they started that whole stuff like Buck Rogers and
Buck Rogers,
Space 1999.
Aaron Gray. Holy crap,
Yeah.
dude!
Well, Space
thing is,
1999 was pretty much
Moonbase
a Star
Alpha.
Trek.
The
Right.
thing is
Yeah.
you can't deny it didn't help. But
Oh yeah. Oh no.
No, it
definitely-
kickstarted it all.
I don't think it was. I don't think you can accurately say it was the best prerequisite. It was the best idea. I can't say it was the only one in production at the time. Because the thing is space travel was also really popular at that point too. They just came out first. Because there are some that came out so quickly afterwards, it's almost blatantly obvious. It's like, hey, these are both being written at the exact same time. They just
Right.
published first.
Right.
There were
So I
things
can't
that
say
came
you
out before
didn't
that.
springboard.
Leslie Nielsen, one of his first movies was Forbidden Planet.
That's
Yep.
correct.
And it was
Well,
such.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
And I mean, if
Yeah.
you want to go that far back, Metropolis was probably your first one.
No, the first one was a silent movie where they go to the moon.
with
I can't even think of the name
one
of the
with the
moon.
moon that
Yeah.
or the ship that crashes in the moon's
Yeah,
eye and everything.
the giant bullet.
Yeah, the giant bullet.
Right.
Which they make a movie. There's a movie actually about that.
Yeah.
The kid that lives in the train station.
Yeah.
Right.
I know what you're talking
But it gets to the point where Star Trek, whether most people want to admit it, that kick-started that whole genre going. And then you had 1999, Moonbase Alpha, Buck Rogers, 21st Century, Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar, yep.
That all, and then next thing you know, we had Star Wars.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars, but I also have the love for what made us go that way.
Here's the thing with Star Trek and Star Wars. You can love them and hate them. You can choose one or the other. You can love them both. But you wouldn't have Star Wars without Star Trek, and you wouldn't have Star Trek without Star Wars.
That's correct.
Because of the success of Star Wars, Paramount went, let's make a movie. and they made that first movie and it was abysmal. And, it did so poor at the box office.
I remember seeing that movie.
I do too.
I own that movie.
I've watched it 3 times in my life, and each time it was like, like I was a little older. I'm like, I'm going to get through
See,
it.
and I think Khan is my favorite out of all the movies.
I got to go with 4. Star Trek
Really?
4.
I don't. Is that the one where they crash in New York?
Isn't the general
It's in
rule?
San Francisco.
Or San Francisco? Yeah.
Isn't
yeah.
the general
They go back
rule
and get the
thumb
whale.
with the Star Wars or the Star Trek movies? Is like you ignore the odd ones. It's like you only watch the even ones.
You watch the even ones, but I argue that 3 is you have to watch 2, 3,
That's
4,
Search
and
for
6.
Spock,
Right.
That's the story arc.
Oh, so the only odd one you pay attention to is 3. The other
Yeah.
ones are the ugly stepchildren that are off in the corner.
1 and 5.
You guys were the
5?
mistakes.
I remember when Star Trek 5 came out, like all the Next Generation fans were mad because they were using the theme to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
And I had a friend getting they're like, why are you getting upset about that?
I agree with chat though. Spaceballs trumps them all.
Yeah. Agree.
That's got to be Mama Tech.
Yes.
Yep, Mama Tech.
The Next Generation theme is actually the theme to the motion picture.
Yes, it
Next
is.
Generation stole it from motion picture, so
Really?
yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch.
So we only have like 6
Feel free.
minutes. By the
Holy
way.
cow, we went. So let's address what you wanted to address.
Okay, so and this really is a twisted view type.
It is,
thing,
and we
but-
talked about it on Twisted Views.
So-
Only a minute.
So recently,
Talking about a space movie.
Come on.
it's come out with the writer of Guardians being pretty much blackballed, blacklisted, firing by Disney, all this other stuff. Listen, I mean, if what he did is true, then you know what?
Well,
There's no what if.
There's no doubt it's true.
It's,
They
but
have
what he
cases
wrote
of it
is
now.
there
And I get
for
that, and-
prosperity's sake.
And okay, it sucks. It's not cool. Do I think that he should? I don't think that this whole losing his
Spit it
job
out,
over
Jeff.
it.
I don't think he should have lost his job for something he did 6 to 10 years ago.
Exactly.
I
no,
think
it's not
everyone-
6 to 10. It's 6 years ago.
No,
Okay,
6,
but
and then
even
it was
6
6
years
and
ago-
then 10 years was the post that the post that they picked.
He's not acting in the movie. He's not in the movie. He has nothing to do with it other than he wrote it.
Those tweets are not in the movie
And
at any point.
I get it. But the man wrote a movie just like authors write books that have been probably doing the same thing for hundreds of years and nobody ever said anything about it because it wasn't an issue. I think that he still should be able to be able to finish this thing. I mean, look, when you got actors that are coming out saying, "I'm not going to be in this movie. I want nothing to do with it. If you're not going to keep his writing, I don't want to be in it." Now we're talking. That's going to hurt the franchise.
If we just kind of lose Drax and like, oh yeah, Drax never comes back, it's like,
How
hold
are you
on,
going to
excuse
lose?
me?
Exactly. You're going to lose one of the last, a huge character in the movie, because somebody's butthurt and has to get their political agenda out there or whatever it is, because they're going to fire him for writing a movie. If he was in the movie, if he starred in it, hey, I get it.
But Disney's side of it is he's the foundation of the movie.
Well, yeah, and it's Disney. That's
Right,
the other
but
thing.
let's not forget Disney doesn't exactly have a spotless past either. If we really want to bring stuff up, I can bring up dirt that makes Disney look like a bunch of assholes.
Exactly, and I get that. And listen, I'm the first. I love Disney. I love everything about it. But I think if they if they end up firing him, it's going to kill the franchise.
It's a hypocritical move.
And it is.
incredible.
Well, no, they're. It's not that they're gonna. They
did.
They let
They
him
fucking-
go.
Well,
He
there's-
is done.
Now, I want to point out real quick, Marvel is actually fighting for him at the moment.
Exactly.
Marvel is trying to get him reinstated as the director of the movie. After seeing the backlash, they're like, no, this is his. He needs to do it.
Right. And I
Now
think
Marvel's
should.
going, shit, Disney owns this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Man, that check was
That
really
backfired.
good, but it wasn't that good.
But I and like I said, I don't usually come out with my opinion on things like this, but when it
3
comes to
minutes.
a person that's writing a script for a movie that he's not even in any way, it's right. I don't think
So it's not the fact that he's not in it.
Anybody-
It's the fact that his
and-
name is attached to it.
Anybody
does-
can have a redemption
who
arc,
can-
though. It was
nobody-
6 years ago.
You know what? 90% of the people that watched that movie had no clue who that man is.
Right.
Yeah,
There's not a single
that's
person
very
that-
true. There's a lot
The
of
only people that know him are Uber fans or cinematography nuts or film nuts.
You
that's
have to
it.
remember, there are a lot of people who go see movies without knowing who the director is.
There's a lot
or
of
their
people that
name
go to the
is.
movie that don't even know who the actors are.
Here's the thing. I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I don't, but I care enough because I like the franchise.
Right. But the bottom line is it was their decision. It is what it is.
Yep.
So here's what they'll probably shelve it for now. They don't have to come out with a Guardians 3. They don't have to do anything.
Well, it's just kind of weird how Disney would do that
Two.
when they've got a ride coming out in less than 2 years at their park with Guardians. It's
Hey, by James Gunn write the script to that too?
I don't know, but all the characters.
Look, we
are
all
in it.
grow up. We all say stuff that we. I mean, trust me. Not 6, but 25 years ago, you would not have liked me at all, because I was not a good guy.
Does he like you now?
I know.
I'm so glad I didn't have to make the joke. Someone else did it for me.
Who
I'm
said I
thinking-
liked you now?
I know. Well,
I'm
you're
sitting here
here,
thinking,
so
like,
you keep showing up.
No. We tolerate you.
I know.
No.
But
here's-
we all.
You're like, if I may say, your friendship seems to be like a proctology exam. It's something you have to
Yeah.
experience
Once a year.
Well, like how much
We get
time we got,
along like
Dylan?
oil and vinegar.
Dylan, how much
And
time
then
we
me
got?
and him
We
is
got
baking
a few
soda.
minutes. All right, so listen.
We have 1 minute.
All right, so
actually.
listen. So, just to throw this, like Hulk Hogan, remember that whole big thing a few years ago, 6 years ago?
He
maybe?
just now got
He
okay.
now just got reinstated.
Right.
And over a word that he used in his own private type thing, but not nearly as bad as what this guy did. And it's taken him this long just to get some type of,
Backlash.
some type of normalcy back in his life a little bit. This poor
They'll
guy.
bring Gunn back. They're going to bring Gunn back.
Somebody will.
No, they'll bring him back. They'll bring him back because it's going to hurt them too much.
Well,
Or they're just going to have to shelve the franchise, period, whether they got a ride coming or not.
There's too much money.
Yeah, they're going to
they
lose.
can't-
They're losing in a way that they're like, I guarantee you, they're scrambling right now. Of okay, we've got to save face, bring him back. How do we do this without making us
20.
look like we're
Well,
blah?
I would say the thing is, like, Disney's seen this firsthand. Look what happened to the Solo movie. Solo movie got boycotted, and they lost a lot of money on it. It wouldn't surprise me if they smartened up and went, I don't think part 2 is a very good idea.
Right.
Right.
Shouldn't
But anyway,
do this. Anyway,
I know
that's
we
it for the
gotta
show,
go.
guys.
We'll
Bye,
see everybody
everyone.
next week.
Next
Be
week.
good.